So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again, the Banter Club, full of banter again. That's why we keep highlighting it, we keep putting it out there, because this club is a bit of a disgrace at times. But that's toxic and negative, and you can't say that because you're going against the grain, Lee. Hey, big ups to everybody who's watching, man. Make sure you are smashing the likes up. Make sure you hit the 2,000 on the likes. Big up to everyone who's done that on the last one. 2,000 likes is standard now. So make sure you are hitting the like or the dislike if you dislike it and I'm too toxic and negative for your little snowflake life. So yeah, feel free to dislike it as well if you want. Also, make sure you are sharing the content around. Always appreciate that. Clipping it, posting it, tag, whatever. Happy days. And big up to everybody who's been dropping the donations in as well. Always appreciate that. The thanks option is down there. It's next to the share option, and you can write whatever you like if you use the little pencil marker in the right-hand side of that thanks option. One more thing as well before we get going. 10 o'clock UK time tonight, I'll be on the Big Six. Turkish is in Orlando. Grizz will be hosting. And I am going on to make my debut. Is that how the hipsters say it? Oh, I'm making my debut on Sky Sports or this show. No, I'm going on their YouTube channel, or Turkish's YouTube channel, 10 o'clock tonight. And we're going to bring a bit of realism into the Arsenal family, the Arsenal community, because I have seen a lot of rubbish. And there is a lot of rubbish. And we're going to dismiss some myths that are going around about Mikel Arteta and how fantastic a job he's doing and how great everything is at Arsenal. It's fantastic. The transfer window, I mean, boy, Edu, well done, mate. Well done. I mean, it's light work. Yeah, I mean, it's light work. All you got to do is phone up someone that's Brazilian or get your buddy Mikel to go with his begging bowl up to City for one of their little cast-offs. Job done. That's how easy it is to please Arsenal fans. But there you go. Is what it is. Zinchenko, before we start talking about what David Ornstein has had to say, Zinchenko has signed the contract with Arsenal today. Fabrizio Romano posting that out on his Twitter account earlier, saying that the contracts are signed, sealed, delivered. He is now officially an Arsenal player. It's not been posted out on the socials yet. Obviously, Arsenal do like to long these things out. And I'm sure they're waiting for a moment of, I don't know, a moment of bad times, maybe a loss in Orlando tonight, and then maybe tomorrow they'll just throw it out there anyway. I don't know. That's what this PR football club does. So, yeah, it's kind of mad. But he has signed, and like I said yesterday, or the day before yesterday, should I say, he's not a bad player, is he? But the way the stats are going around, the way our fans just hype up anyone to be the greatest player in that position ever, it's kind of mad. And I see a lot of people in the chat, in the comments and stuff saying, yeah, but you're painting every Arsenal fan with the same brush. Well, I'm not, am I? Yeah, but the ones, if the cap fits, wear it type of thing, isn't it? Yeah, at the end of the day, if our players are all that great and our manager's that great, how comes we ain't got the title? Because we're not that great, are we? It's not rocket science. But it doesn't work like that on social media, because anyone who wants to actually win, anyone that wants to, within the Arsenal community, Arsenal family, wants to be the best, which is why we smashed the stadium down, that is seen as negative and toxic, and you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to moan. I love it when fans that have supported this club for 10 years tell me what I can and can't do. Supported the club nearly 40 years. So if I want to sit here and slag it off for being the disgrace that it is, tough. You ain't stopping me. Yeah, I'm going to say what I want, and I'm going to continue every single day until this football club does what it promised us when they smashed that stadium down, and that was to compete for Champions Leagues and for titles and to compete with Bayern Munich. Yeah, really. Bayern Munich's and Barca's and Madrid's, yeah? Really? Okay. Since we smashed that stadium down, how many times have them three teams won the Champions League? How many times have we won it? How many league titles have they won between them in that time? Cool. How many we won? Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe raise the standards up because they are on the floor. But Zinchenko is come to save the day. Obviously, he's now the best player in the world. And yeah, he's fixed all of the problems in one. Job done. Bish, bash, bosh, just like that. Stan Kroenke's sitting there rubbing his hands together like, boy, that was easy. Absolute light work. But let's move on to David Ornstein. Leave your thoughts on that in the comment section, by the way. Cheers, guys. Oh, by the way, he's in Orlando. Jobs for the boys. I keep telling everyone. And yeah, he's out there telling the 5 stories that he tells the world every day on radio. He's only got 5 stories, old Ray. But yeah, cheers, guys. Gets him a free flight to America. And yeah, PR Arsenal, eh? But leave your thoughts and comments on Zinchenko. Let me know. Is he actually going to get a game? Is what I want to know, because despite Tierney being injured, he ain't better than Tierney, right? So when Tierney's fit, he ain't playing there. So then where's he going? Is he going into midfield? And I said this the other day on the video. If he's going into midfield, who is he replacing? Because he ain't better than Partey. He's better than Granit Xhaka, but Granit Xhaka ain't getting dropped. So who's he replacing in the team? I don't really. Oh, but Lee, it's one of them that you need to have quality in reserve. All right, okay, cool. Same fans are sitting there laughing at Tottenham, by the way, for having Richarlison in reserve. And Perisic, who would be our best player, by the way, if he signed for us. But people don't want to have that conversation because that's toxic and negative. You're a Spurs fan. If I had £1 for every time somebody tells me I'm a Spurs fan, I would be absolutely minted. I could buy the club. But there we go. Anyway, let's move on to Arsenal transfer guru. More like Club Puppet, David Puppetstein. And he has said, one question I'm asked most by Arsenal fans in particular is the latest on Youri Tielemans. He has 12 months left on his Leicester contract, and they would be open to selling if they get a suitable offer. We've reported that Arsenal have a firm interest in him. The decision makers at the club are all in on him, but it's more complicated than that, because when you speak to the people around the situation, they make it clear there may need to be a departure first for Tielemans to come in, and be that Granit Xhaka, I don't know why he mentioned his name, or someone else in that area of the field to free up the space and the finance. Now, that's the crucial part. Couldn't care less about Granit Xhaka. Yeah, hopefully, God willing, he jogs himself on, and it will be a jog because he ain't got no pace. Yeah, and he'll probably miss the flight because he wouldn't be tracking it or saying, I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. But the key part of that is we need to free up space and finance. Wow. Well, I thought we got rid of 6 players in January, which top gooners and super fans were knee sliding around studios and their Miles bedrooms. Yeah, woohoo, carpet burn FC, because we'd saved £55 million on wages. So that 55 million we've saved on wages, well, why? Where's it gone then? Why did we do that? We might as well have just kept Aubameyang and the other 5 players, because we're now sitting here saying, oh, well, we might have to sell Granit Xhaka, which I'd be happy about, but what we're going to get for him? 10 mil? 12 mil Roma offered last time. By the way, they were the only club in for him, so he ain't going anywhere. So where's he going to go? He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going. Thomas Partey ain't going anywhere. El Nenny's on a new deal. Lokonga's not going anywhere. Zinchenko's just signed, so whether we're putting him in midfield, we don't even know where he's playing. Yeah, maybe he's going to be the T-boy. I don't know. He's played so many different positions for Man City. Maybe, just maybe, we can bring him out at half time with the oranges and the lemons and the water and the Gatorade and whatever else they drink at half time. Maybe we could get him being T-boy. I don't know. But why do we need to sell before we can buy Tielemans? We're not going to be paying the fee up front for Tielemans. 99% of transfers you don't pay up front. You stagger it over the length of the contract that you've given them. So let's say that Leicester want 10 million up front and we're going to get him for, say, 25. We'll give him 10 mil. You're telling me Arsenal ain't got 10 million? Even if it was 25, you're telling me we ain't got 25. Even if we paid it up front, you're telling me Arsenal ain't got 25 mil. Either Ornstein's chatting rubbish and the manipulation now is, oh, well, it was very tricky. Arsenal got their main targets in first, but to free up wages to try and get that extra push, to try and get a Tielemans or to try and get this person, well, it was a bit tricky because of the overload of players in the squad. It's a swollen squad. We'll hear that one. Yeah. I'm surprised he never said that that it's versatile. I mean, that's his favorite word at the minute, Pornstein, Puppetstein. Everyone out there, it's versatile. Versatile is the word of the season, trust me. Yeah, versatile. He's got versatility, really. Can he defend? Can he attack? Can he score goals? Can he track runners? Can he do this? If he answers yes to all of them, boom, you're in. If you can't, I don't care about your versatility, mate. Yeah. Can you do your job properly? Yay, nay, or bollocks? It's as simple as that. But Mikel Arteta in the last 12 months has been, by these puppet fans of ours, Muppet fans, shall I say, for the last 12 months, they've been literally like bowing down beneath him. Oh, yes, you're the king. I love you, Mikel. Ah, Mikel. Ah, we love you. Because he saved half of the wage bill from a year ago to today. It's literally half of what it was a year ago. So if he saved up half the money that was the wages we were paying out to these players, and a lot of these top earners that were surplus to requirements or seen as bad eggs in the dressing room, like Aubameyang, who scored again the other day, by the way, for Barcelona. Oh, but it's only pre-season. Really? Maybe you lot should pull your pants back up then and stop jizzing all over Gabriel Jesus' goals then, innit? And let's see what we do in the season. But no, you're not allowed to do that because, again, that's toxic and negative. Everything's toxic and negative. Maybe we should, well, we have banned them words on the channel. That's why they don't ever appear in the chat. Maybe we should ban versatility as well. I don't know, because we're going to see it a lot because it is a buzzword. You don't use the word versatile or versatility a lot in your day-to-day lives. Certain words like that, buzzwords, and you hear them peddled. But there we go. We have saved over half of the wage bill in a year, and you're telling me that we now have to sell before we can buy. Wow. We have to free up the space and the finance. Really. Arsenal are poor and they're skint again. This is how it's coming across to me. It's like, well, we've got Gabriel Jesus, we've got Zinchenko. That'll be enough for these fans. Now what we're trying to do is we'll get rid of Bellerin for 3 million. That's how much Betis have offered, by the way. 3 million. Just rip it up. Just rip the contract up and tell him he can leave. Cheers, guys. Just tell him he can leave. Just rip the contract up and let him go. He's useless. I'll even pay for his flight to Sevilla. How about that? And I'll get him an Uber from the airport. But there we go. He's 3 million. Granit Xhaka will be worth 12 million if we're basing it off of what Roma did. Who else are we trying to get rid of? Nicola Pepe. Has there been any reports that anyone wants Pepe apart from PSG, who've then never come back in for him? I don't know. So where are we freeing up these Maitland-Niles? How much are we getting for that one? I don't know. Reece Nelson, there's another one. How much are we getting for these players? Because I feel like if we're gonna try to get in the top four, which is the aim of this loser squad that we have, when our players are coming out saying, oh, top four, our fans are the biggest losers in world sport. We already know that. Top four. So if the aim is to get in the top four, well, we still need about 4 or 5 more players. And that ain't even a joke. We need a right back. First and foremost, a right back. Yeah, and people are sitting there going, oh, we got Tommy, we got Cedric. Neither are good enough. Tommy Yasu can't even stay fit. Yeah, his calves are made of glass. How can you be out for 6 months with a calf injury? How does that even make sense? I don't know. But that's toxic and negative. So you can't say that, Lee. Oh, I'm sorry. But we need to get a right back in straight away. Go and get a right back. We need to go and get some midfielders that can actually score goals. Because if you look at that midfield, even now with the addition of Zinchenko, where are the goals coming from? Because Odegaard don't score. Thomas Partey don't score. Most of his shots end up trickling down the Hornsey Road. Xhaka gets his one Xhaka boom. How embarrassing. Xhaka boom a season. Lokonga don't even get a game. El Neni scores 1 screamer a season. El Neni boom. And that's about it. We need some goal scorers, man. Why are we not looking at Maddison? Tottenham are sniffing around Maddison, by the way, who, by the way, won Leicester's Player of the Season. But I was told that Odegaard was better. But he won Leicester's Player of the Season with a whopping 16 goals, 12 or 13 assists. Meanwhile, Gibraltar, I think he got 6 goals, 6 assists, something like that. Don't matter though, Lee. It's toxic and negative for wanting James Maddison. Even more so now that he's linked with Tottenham. They're going to go and spend 50 million on Maddison. Yeah, watch. They're going to pump us this season as well. Trust me. They're going to be miles clear of us this season. So brace yourselves. All the people that sit there laughing at them, yeah, I'd think twice this season, because they've got a quality manager and he's getting a lot of what he wants in there. So, yeah, if you want to laugh at them, you go and laugh at them. They'll be laughing back at you at the end of the season, wouldn't they? Yeah, but they don't win anything. Neither do we. It's like this glass saying to this bottle, well, you're shit. And the bottle saying back, yeah, but at least I won't break easy. You will. It's a much of a muchness. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Who cares? Both of our teams are shit. Yeah. People are laughing at Man United. Why? They got a better manager than us. It's actually mad. It is actually mad. But there we go. Leave your thoughts on Tielemans. Do you think we'll sign him? This is going to be, for me, PR from Ornstein. That is all that guy ever does for Arsenal. He is Arsenal's PR puppet. And for me, I feel like this is just teeing people up for, well, it's going to be tight and we need to let players go. So then what will happen is, online, it'll be, why ain't Bellerin leaving? And then Bellerin will be getting it and getting it and getting it and getting it. When the idea is Bellerin's going anyway. Yeah, and the idea is this player's going and that player's going. But it's getting them out and getting the other club to pay the money for him, I suppose, or pay the wages they want, because they've been accustomed to ridiculously being overpaid at Arsenal, that they're probably thinking, well, might as well just stay here for another year. Even if I don't get a game, I'm going to earn 3 times more than I would out there. And then after that, I'll get a signing on fee anyway, because I'll be a free agent. So don't be surprised if Arsenal don't sign anyone between now and the start of the season. We've signed 2 players. We've got the best goalkeeper ever from America. We've, Trusty the process went on loan, didn't he? Of course he did, because he was never going to play for Arsenal. It was never about that. It was all about opening up the American market a little bit more. Hence why all the fans that have been in and around the games, they're getting so much access to the team and the players. Why don't the matchday fans get that access, by the way? Oh, yeah, because they're an afterthought, because they know they're turning up anyway. The club know it. They know that everyone's going to go like lemmings and renew their tickets every season. Doesn't matter if they put the price up 4% this year. Cheers, guys. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up in a second. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think we will sign any more players between now and when the season starts, which is in 16 days? 16 days we kick off against Crystal Palace. Are we prepared? Are we ready? Because all I keep seeing is players in pre-season that I don't want to see here. So we're kind of training up players for what? For them to leave. Why don't we just not take them? Why don't we take some of the youth team players, like Amari Hutchinson, by the way? Why don't we take him? Because when you're getting spun this narrative of it's Project Youth, it's Project Youth. Well, the only youth teamer that's there that Mikel Arteta has promoted, yeah, is Waters. That's it. Project Youth. Project Youth. To keep telling everyone, Project Youth is Saka and Smith Rowe. And when one of them leaves, yeah, watch. Just watch. And on that bombshell, I am wrapping it up. Don't forget, I am on the Big Six at 10 p.m. UK time. Keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're a snowflake, you're going to watch it anyway. So I don't really care. If you're not a snowflake and you enjoy it, make sure you're spamming the chat with rat emojis. And I'm out of here, people. Make sure you smash the likes up. 2,000 likes on this video. I'd be great. Share the content around. Make sure you drop your donations in via the thanks option down there as well. And yeah, I'm back on the Big Six at 10 p.m. We're out of here.